Hi, this is Kim Pinkney and welcome to my channel. Alrighty, so I'm working on Helping Hand by Jamie Wosick and illustrated by moi. And I'm going to see if I can just kind of push through some of these pages. Let's see, instead of working on 5, I'm going to work on number 6 real quick and see if I can get at least something down. And I have been recycling images lately, but I think I need to add some new stuff in here. So, on that note, I'm going to go ahead and kind of draw my characters here. Let me make sure that this is super light. Bring it down a little further, because sometimes the lines distract me. And I've been kind of like delaying a lot of my drawing. Like this is supposed to be a gesture where he's kind of like leading on, like lead on type of thing. And I don't know, I'm trying to stay motivated, that sort of thing. So I started thinking about, what would keep me motivated to do something that, like my mind is like on a billion different other places, as far as drawing different things. Like I want to draw a caricature of a friend of mine who's like a domestic goddess, very selfless lady. And then and I want to draw her like as a domestic superhero. So I'll probably do that this weekend for her. And then there's another friend that I want to draw like kind of like as the Queen of Hearts. That sort of thing. And still trying to plan out, what do I want on a t-shirt or just all kinds of different things that I've got that I want to draw, but because I've committed myself to doing this project, and I really want to do it well. Probably better than my last. But my last, I was really, what's the word? Pushing it. I was really up against the time, and I had some really good artwork, but it needed more time to do it justice, do it real justice. And I'm whining about it because it's like the judging is coming out tomorrow on the winners of the short story contest. So I know I didn't win because my story was barely done. And I don't think anybody could monetize it. Which is, I think, probably part of the purpose of the contest, but I digress. So I started thinking about, what would it take to stay motivated, on something that, and I was thinking back at like a lot of projects that I had done that really made me, I was like, all I could say was, I don't want to do this. Life is too short to do something I don't like doing. And then I started thinking about it. What did I do to get through it? Did I just push my way through it, or did I actually put some effort into it? What did I do to get through those painful moments? Oh, agony, agony. Thy name was drawing fruit, or writing a story of something that I didn't want to write for a grade, things like that. So I started thinking about what motivated me to finish, and besides having a grade out of it or payment. Some of it, I remember I was drawing this one, it was a teddy bear story, and this bear was like all over the place, but I had never done like a sequential story, and I just wanted to get paid. It wasn't too bad. I can't remember. I can barely remember it. But she liked a design that I had drawn where the bear was like kind of wicked looking. And I'm like, this is a kid's story? Oh Lord. What kind of kids are you? Nah, but now that I'm older and wiser, I like to think that I'm older and wiser. I started thinking that kind of from my client's perspective, they really, this is like a dream for them. This is maybe something that's going to be published, and they deserve my best, especially if they're paying me. Especially if they're paying me. There are times when I don't mind doing things for free, but I think my best work comes out if I'm getting paid for it, because it's like you care more. And I don't know. So one of the things I realized that I was doing was I was taking whatever the assignment was and seeing if I could make it my own, if I could make it entertaining for me. I remember one of my teachers somebody saying, it could have been my teachers or it just could have been a teacher in general, who was whining about how boring, they assign their students stuff and they just turn in the bare minimum. Like, this is so dumb, this is so boring, that sort of thing. And it's like, and the kids are saying the same thing the entire time. But every now and then, someone will surprise them with something, and it just kind of makes them feel good. It makes the student get a decent grade or not. I started turning in assignments. Like, I'm gonna dig real deep. I went to a Roosevelt Junior High, and it was a writing academy, or at least it was becoming a writing academy, which means that at a certain time of the day, no matter what class you were in, you had to stop and write. You might have been given a prompt, you might have been given, it doesn't matter. For 30 minutes, everybody had to stop what they were doing and write. So, one of my classes was history, and my teacher was prepared for this. So he whipped out a prompt, and he gave us some random facts, and we were supposed to turn those facts into a story. And it had like maybe 8 lines, and I'm like, all right, this is boring as hell, but let me take some of these facts and make it interesting for me. And the next thing I knew, I was writing on past the lines and onto the back of the page, and then even crawling up the side and going around almost to fill the story in. And I did all of that in like 30 minutes. And so the teacher at the end of the time collects all the papers, and he just stops what he's doing and picks one and starts reading it. And everybody's listening and everything, and it's this epic tale. It was just something that was like, he gave us some facts about the Civil War. No, it's the Civil War? Yeah, it was the Civil War. And it was like, just like different locations like Fort Duquesne, and just different things and stuff. And I think it gave us about maybe 8 facts, and different time frames. So he starts reading, and the one he picks out goes on a long time. And it's mine, and I realize it's mine the next 5 minutes. Is like, oh shit, that's mine. Because after a while I forgot the first words that I wrote. I just went batshit crazy and just wrote like hell, like a mad woman. And I turned it into, instead of it being like talking about it like from a historical standpoint. I turned it into a young guy who had to, who was a soldier in the war, and made him into a big coward, and had him basically going through his very first battle, and he saw all these people, all his fellow soldiers dying around him, and he decided that he was going to play dead by putting a dead body over his body, and kind of hiding himself in between all the blood and gore and dirt and whatnot. And luckily it was kind of dark, so as they were going around cutting, bayoneting guys and cutting off ears and stuff, he kind of was like the only survivor. And it traumatized the shiznit out of him. And then he ends up being stuck into another battle, but he kind of like pulled himself up on his bootstraps, and did a good job, fighting. He was injured and stuff, but everybody was like, who the hell wrote that? And I was like, I didn't confess, and the teacher didn't give me away, because you know how kids are. But they were like, somebody wrote that, and he's reading my bad handwriting and everything, and he's one of those type of people who could tell a story. He used the inflections. He was just amazing with telling the story, and people were like so freaking amazed, and I'm like, they were so blown away that I didn't want to even tell anybody it was me. Yeah. But I went on to win like a whole bunch of different awards for writing. You wouldn't be able to tell that from my my story that I submitted, but definitely. So I just decided to write something and make it my own. If I had to write this damn story, then damn it, I'll just do different things to make it interesting to me. And so that's what I started doing with all my schoolwork and stuff. I tried to make it interesting to me. If I got to write this for like 3 or 4 hours, 5 hours, if I have to do all this research and crap, I'm going to make it interesting for me. I'm going to tell it from a perspective that I like. And so I try to take that same thought process and put it towards doing work that I don't want to do. Still not gung-ho for some stuff, but the way to keep going is just to make it interesting for me. And then like I came across people that I didn't want to draw, and when you're doing caricatures and stuff like that, you'll come across a lot of folks you don't want to draw. But you're getting paid, so draw them. And if you draw them well, you get a tip. I had to look at his hair. I forgot what his hair looked like. I hadn't drawn him from scratch for a while. I need his colors. Oops. Let me copy. Okay. So, like even drawing some of these, I try to put it in a way that is interesting to me. If I'm liking that it's coming from a different shape, or like, would it be cool if type of perspective. I forgot where I was working here. I think it's right here. Okay. And then I'm going to lock it down because I have this tendency of drawing over my stuff. Okay, let's see. We'll put it about right here. A lot of over the shoulder with this guy. Well, this particular page. I'm not really fond of over the shoulder too much, because I think you lose a bit. Like, the face, looking at a face is much more interesting than looking at somebody over the shoulder or from behind, unless there's a reason. Oh, I was going to lock this. Unless there's a reason to show the thing that they're looking at or facing. You should keep, I think you should keep them in, the person in sight. Okay, let's see. Wrong layer. I think it's this layer. I should have locked the, let's see. I gotta put her in there so I can see what he's looking at. Let's see. Let's see, what's that? There it is. Let's see. Keep that brush. Okay, so now I can't decide if I want her to look at him because I want him to do this one gesture where he's like, be my guest. You know, lead on. But he's got coffee in his hand. God, dandruff. Had to remember that. Okay, because he's still holding his cup of coffee. He can't touch her, so, and he can't gesture with the other hand, so there goes that hand. Okay, and I gotta remember his hair. Let's see. What can I do for you? Okay, so just keeping in mind some of the things that I would do. Just make it fun for yourself. Like if you gotta do it, you may as well have fun with it. Try to get his face in here. Shoot. Let's see. Was it this one? Yeah. No. Oh, here we go. I was looking for my source image. I was like, God, dandruff, what did I do with it? There we go. All right. Okay, so let me get his coloring in there, and then I'll put the rest of it in there. So making it fun for myself was one of the things I would do. See, that was the base skin. We'll do a linear burn layer. And we'll give it just a little bit of texture. And make sure his nose looks like his nose. See, I'm going to bring his head into a different screen. Let me copy. I'm going to put him onto instead of like reinventing the wheel, I'm going to put him back onto here. That way I can stay consistent. Now I know what his nose looks like and all that stuff. Move this out the way. And bring that up just a bit. Yeah, he's on that layer. Don't want to catch it off. Okay. Oh, I only got the linear burn stuff. Oh, damn. Oh, it's early. Okay. I'm trying to ultimately keep it kind of clean on the other pages, trying to save myself some work. Okay, there we go. Now, how do I make that face look consistent like the rest? One of the things I like to do is just go ahead and take the face and rework it. Let's see. I want his head at 3/4. Let's see. I think I'll take. I don't like it. I don't like what I had done here. Let's see. So we'll delete that. And one of these will be the better option. And it's basically like a 3/4 view, but more extreme. So let's see. Okay. And we'll do some warping here. So I want his head tilted, so I see more of that ear than the other. Let me try doing this. Kind of cut his face in half, and then use that tool. And it's kind of, oops, not uniform. Let's try freeform. So that almost looks like he's turned to the side. And then I'm going to move his nose more. I'm just going to slide that this way and maybe distort it a bit. God, I'm lazy. Okay, and I am being lazy. Stop being lazy, Kim. Just freaking redraw the damn thing. It takes longer to do this than to redraw it. I know it does. Okay. Clear. Okay. So his nose looks like that. Oh, wrong brush. Bring that down. See, I created all these heads in the different positions so I didn't have to draw. I could spend more of my time either doing the body or the background, but I've gotten soft. Okay, so what's another thing that I did that made it so that things weren't so boring? Try not to dwell on the boring. If a person is ugly, or you feel is ugly, or yeah, they are ugly, or just see if you can make them look good within whatever parameters that you've got. Like I had to draw this one bride. Bitch didn't pay me, but then again, we were all broke at that time. But still, I worked hard on her picture. She had these wedding pictures, and she didn't smile. I mean, it's not like she didn't have teeth or anything like that, but she was an ugly bride. Her husband was gorgeous, though. Go figure. Yeah, her husband was fine. But she was hideous. I mean, her personality was just as bad. I don't know how she got married. Maybe she just got pregnant. I don't know. She got him that way. I don't know. But she was ugly, yo. I mean, it's just everything about her was just like, I don't know. She just made a really ugly bride. She didn't smile. She didn't look happy. I don't think either one of them looked happy in that picture. I don't know. Neither one of them were smiling in their wedding picture. So anyway, I took her picture and I made her look gorgeous. Since I couldn't, I had to work with her face that was unsmiling. I mean, it was severe. Like she wanted to kill somebody. That's where her face was caught between, I want to kill you, or deer in a headlight type of thing. And the entire time as I'm drawing it, and it was the hardest thing. It's one of the hardest drawings I'd ever done. But it was also one of the best that I've done. It was a hand-drawn, charcoal, graphite image. And I spent like a couple days on it. Her dress was kind of washed out, white with the flash on it. It just didn't look right. So I went ahead and I made her gown exceptionally beautiful. I went to like a bridal magazine and just like I think her thing was that she didn't have any pictures of her and her husband, and I can't remember how she talked me into it. But it was gorgeous dress, gorgeous veil. Then her face. Oh, that woman. Let's see, I don't want to mess it up. I'm going to leave it without the eye for now because I'm going to let that be. And I'm trying to get, let's see, look at his face here. There we go. He's got like a bend here. This eye is too far away. It's just a weird position for this guy's face. He's like kind of tilted to the side. And I want him to kind of like give this expression like, be my guest, without service to the test. but I can't see anything on this side of his face, the source image I'm using. Okay. And I'm just going to take what I've got up here and use that. Just put that there. He's got like a square head. Yeah, so since I couldn't control her face, I could at least control what she was wearing and what, how it was presented. So I was proud of it. I wasn't ashamed of drawing a hideous bride. It's the first hideous bride I'd ever drawn. I've just never seen anybody that unhappy on something that's supposed to be the happiest day of your life, but circumstances it is what it is. When things are too frustrating, like say it's like super difficult or highly detailed, try to stay motivated. Try to think of whatever rewards that you're going to have. Step back and look at it and see how it's turning out. Like my daughter is drawing this one picture, and to me it looks like a piece of cake, but to her it's like hard. It's like the eyes weren't turning out right because she made them too big. Then she was trying to see what it would look like if it was painted, so she used watercolor, and it made her lines run. So she kind of messed up what she had established, and they had to redraw it like 3 times. And I told her, step away from it, give yourself a break, don't draw while you're tired. Like some things you just don't want to push. Like I might even change how I'm going to do this head because it's taking too long. I should have been on to the next panel. But I want him to look kind of cute. Ugh. Let's see. If I'm one of the things I learned from drawing that one comic, Nocturnal Emissions, for my web comic, I decided I was going to, oh, I'm sorry, I covered up the chat with my source image. Hey Ian, good morning, and you're welcome for that donation. Keep up that great work with the biking. Ian is doing a fundraiser for, I think it was called, was it Maggie's Cancer Centers? I think that's the name. I have to look it up, but it's a great cause, and he's doing some hellified biking on his channel. So if you get a chance, check out Ian's Outdoors Recovery, and he's biking. He's doing it. He fell off. He got knocked off his bike in one of his streams. It's really freaking frightening. But he's a trooper. He's a tough guy, and he sallied forth, and he just kept going. Just kind of licked his wounds and just kept on going. What a man! What a man! What a mighty good man. Okay, so so you just got to find that thing that keeps you coming back. So what I did is, with that comic that I was doing, the reward would have been great. So kind of look at the benefit. How is this going to benefit me in the long run? It's like, it gives me a chance to say, hey, I did it. Oh, this expression, I'm losing his expression. Let's see. I want him to smile. You know what? I don't have him smiling at all. Huh. Let's see. Let's see, what does he look like when he smiles? Yeah, and so I wanted to make sure that I had characters that were interesting looking to me. You know, people I wouldn't mind drawing or looking at for a couple hours. Oh Lord, this looks awful. I wonder. There we go, that's close. Okay, so his nose. He's got now his head is too. No, maybe that's almost right. My inspiration here. I'm looking at it on one of my screens, and it's filtered from. Let's see. Do you decide to have this character, or this is what the writer thinks that character should look like? So I'm trying to do like a close. There we go. The other thing dagger, you can look at the hair. The hard to see is little. Let's see. Stressing hard without the facial hair needs to be up, and most cops want to have goatees and stuff. And see, I kind of want to. Maybe I'm making it too difficult. Hold up. Let me start over. One of the things I do whenever I have something that's difficult to draw, break it down into basic shapes. Okay, so it's going to be about like right here. He's smiling and it's 3/4. I like to think of myself as the queen of 3/4. Okay. So let me see if I can try to remember how I drew the other ones. He's got the square jaw. So now I'm using the guy right here as my guide. So like if he's like this, I'm getting the head shape first. And another one that I do is I fall back on how I would do a caricature. Get the outline of the face first, like the shape of the face. And if I have to, just make it go a little bit more extreme, kind of like that. Okay, so his nose is going to kind of cut off a lot of what's going on over here. So I'm going to move my center line probably about even further over to like right here. And I have to think in terms of roundness. So I'm going to draw, when I do caricatures, if you had an ear or establish where your ear was, you can figure out where the rest of that face was going to be. A lot of times you distort the stuff. Okay, so his ear was here. I can move it out some. Liquefy is your friend. And just pop it out a little bit further. Let's see, and then just try to rely on your fundamentals, like the head is 5 eyes wide, things like that. Okay, and the eyes would be at an angle. And his eyebrow is slightly below his ear lines, like his ear is here. His eyebrow would be somewhere in this neck of the woods. Even doing like the Little Mermaid type of shape, kind of like that, or like think in terms of an eye socket type of thing, and then and then you got your eyeball. Usually your eye is in the center of that, and then you just kind of throw the skin over it. And so you have your eye bag there. Let's see, and I'm just trying to find the nose. And I'm going to use how his nose is in here instead of the nose that's right here, just so I can stay consistent with what I've got. Let's see, and like right here, it's about where the nostril ends. And I'm going to try to keep that little button nose type of thing going on. Okay, I'm going to erase a couple of these lines here so I can see a little bit better. Help to be a little bit bigger. Yeah, the only problem with using actors is that you may catch them at different times of their lives. Like I've got pictures of this actor super young, and then him way older to almost present day type of thing. And his skin, some folks don't age well. Lots of wrinkles and folds, and you're much different than you are at 20 than you are at 40. Just saying, just saying. Let's see. And this character is supposed to be in his 20s, but I don't have a lot of pictures of this guy in his 20s without some sort of facial hair on him. Should have chose a different actor, or just kind of gone with my gut with a lot of things. So I'm making this actor my own by taking some liberties, giving him more of there we go, more of this, that, and the other here. And for some reason I am roasting. I think this thing is giving off heat. Let me turn on the fan real quick. I need air circulating in here. Woof. All right. Okay. Hopefully that's not too loud. Okay, and with the mouth, we are not an anime character. So we're going to, when your mouth opens, oops, okay, there we go. There's going to be a gap. Okay, so this is part of that part of the face. This is it doesn't help that this brush is really big. I'll switch to the other brush in a sec. Let's see, I think I'll do that now. Okay, 10. Going to come in a lot more. You see how I have his lips here. I want to stay consistent with my drawing rather than the actor himself. Did you see what I've been struggling with for the past hour? Whoops. Okay. Does it look like this guy? It does not. It's this eye. Some of this looks like the act. Some of this looks like my character. Let's see. And his eyes are pretty easy to draw. It's pretty much like this. There we go. Almost there. Um, let's see, what's another thing? How do I get through something? Don't complain about it if you can help it. Try to find the stuff that's cool about it and try to emphasize that. So I'm trying to envision this guy telling her to lead on, but I think maybe he might need to look at her and down. And I don't think I have any images of let's see, we have this, that might help. But he's like super frowning. And I think this is more of a lighthearted thing. And I can't really do this eyeball until I know where she's going to be. Okay. Give him more of a such an extreme pose. Now I'm combining two different poses. And I want to kind of keep it tight. Let's see. You're barely going to see the other eye. I want to get the bridge of his nose here. Now he's got these eyes that look like he's almost innocent, like they like turn like that, the way they curve. Okay, so let's get the coloring and then we'll go ahead and move forward. That's his lightest tone. Right. And we'll use favorite skin, soft skin. Try to take some of the tones off of his nose. Okay, and then the pose that I wanted to use, what did I do with it? I wanted to use this pose, but he's going to have a coffee in his hand, so I can't use this pose. Looks like I'm going to show you the back of me hand. So I'm going to have to redraw it. Okay, let me get back to where I was. See if I can use this brush to get his smile. Yeah, it sucks that I can't see his lips, but that's okay. We'll use the lips of my dude, my guy. Get a linear burn there. Let's see. Linear burn just makes things a little bit darker. Oops. And I usually drop it down to about 30. And then it changes the tones just a little bit. It doesn't work well with white. Yeah, what kind of sucks is that his head is kind of at an angle. Kind of. Let's see. Bring this down. I'm just using like a little bit of dark brown in his mouth. Take a little bit there. All right. get on the linear burn layer. We'll just do some of his darker tones. Excuse me. Okay. And now I'm going to make it look more like these guys here. And I'll just go ahead and merge those for now. And I'm just kind of smudging away some of my lines here. And then I'll reapply them so we have like some outline. Okay, so for him, I'm going to take some of the attributes from some of these other pictures here on his brow line. It's light. Let's see. I'm going to keep his chin. Where? Oh, there it is. Like this little area here. We couldn't see it because of his facial hair. Probably be about right there. Okay. Just kind of give him a little bit more pink in the nose. Just using a little bit of the pink from his lips. I'm just kind of applying it lightly in a few places. And usually above the lips, there's a white highlight or a light highlight. I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and bring him up back on over, and then I'll finish him up over on the screen. Oops. Make sure I'm on his layer. Yeah. page 6. Okay, so here's what we started out with and I didn't like. And because we're trying to be conservative with our layers, all right. I'm trying to find one of his places where he has hair. Here we go. Okay, so short on the sides, short on the sides. Okay, got it. And this brush works best when it's big. All right. We'll just have his hair be about that short. Let's get to the light tone. And I think I want to bring one of his heads in so I can kind of use some of the coloring tones on how I did it there so I can stay consistent. Like I like this face, how it turned out. Okay. Let's see. There we go. Just kind of keep it here so I can just sample from it. Try to use this lightish brown rust color in his like darker parts on his lips. Let's see, his lips don't have that dark outline. So I'm going to try to smudge that with the, oops, wrong layer. Yeah, even though I'm spending a little bit of time on here, it still will save me time in the end if I end up reusing this face. Oops. Change his chin up a bit. Oops. One thing at a time. Oops. Alrighty. Yeah, this picture's so small. Definitely like working big. Excuse me. All right, let's get that hair going. Get back to the hairbrush, and then we'll work on his jacket and get her placed in here. kind of smudge up the hair a bit. The short hair brush. Oops. There we go. Makes it look a little bit more full. And if your eyes get tired, definitely move on to something else. That's definitely another thing to keep going. It's like, I'm tired of drawing this ugly person or whatever it is that you're not motivated to draw. And you're finding almost every excuse in the book not to do it. And I could probably refer to that with my drawing a building. I'll get to it eventually. Okay. And usually drawing the clothing is pretty easy. See, I'll use the soft brush and just see if I can. Let's see, we'll use a dark brown for now. Well, actually, let's use black. Oh, what color did I use for his? Yeah, I did kind of use a black. Colored shirt. Let's see. Now, if he's doing that, I think I want him to kind of be at an angle. Let's see. Let me take a little bit more off this face here. I'll use the soft brush this time. Bring it down. Okay, and I guess for now that's okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this head so I have plenty of space. There we go. And then I'll just fix the rest of him. Okay. Now I think I want him to kind of bend down to her level. Just a bit. So something like maybe like this. Okay. Oops. Mm. Move her out the way for a sec. See what layer she's on. Okay, get him first. Now that I kind of have an idea of where he's at. Have him come out this way. Okay, let's see if we can clean these lines up. Let's see if I can just erase just enough so that it's kind of dim. There we go. Just trying to dim it up a little bit. Okay. Make sure that's on 10. Crap, I forgot what this jacket looked like. Let me see, we'll keep going. He's got like another coat underneath. Okay, let's fill in some of these colors. Usually I like to put them on their own layer, but just get her done, get her done. Let's see. Sometimes when I come across something that I don't like, you know, a thing I don't want to do, and I need to get that motivation to want to do it, um, one of the things I do is I'll maybe, in the vein of trying to make it my own, maybe do a compare and contrast of things that I like. So there was this economics paper that I had to write many, many, many moons ago in junior high, of all places. And I ended up, it was a really dry subject. I had to compare like a couple different types of theories, economic theories, with each other, and I ended up turning them into likening to like TV dads or something that I could talk a lot about by comparing it to something else. And if it's the same or similar to this one particular thing, it's like I found the common denominator between the two. So see if you can have that kind of leeway where you can take something that's really, really dumb or dislike, that's something that you don't like, and compare it to something that you do like and can talk a lot about. Things that you're good at. So like if you ever have something that's like super boring that you have to do, maybe take that boring thing and then turn it into a superhero. Give it those traits and things like that. Make it funny. Make it just appealing to yourself. I'm trying to remember what that texture was. Imperial, that's what it was. Yep. So luckily I have a lot of leeway with these characters, what they're wearing. I just need to stay kind of realistic or believable rather. There we go, that's what I was looking for. Beautiful pattern. Let's see. And I think she'll probably cover up a lot of his coat and stuff. So, like, my first love is not drawing cops or detectives or anything like that, but if I can imbue like a little bit of personality into them, so like maybe the police chief likes Harry Potter, and so in one of the background images I might have the chief cosplaying as a Harry Potter character or something like that. Let's see. Oops. So that's one of the ways that I like to. If I have that kind of freedom, I'm going to take that shit and run with it. Run. I'm thinking that was the color of the jacket. Now, a lot of these, like this Imperial and not ostrich, it was croc. I think it was croc. Let's see. Ooh, no, this isn't it. I created these guys here. Was it croc? I don't think it was that croc. It was like there it is, this croc. And I created these textures. And it was really easy to do. You don't have to be limited by what's in Procreate. Yeah, I'd learned a lot from doing that one comic for the making shiny textures and stuff. Let's get his skin tone in here. Let me see. I'm just going to like erase a little bit of this. This would be a really great monster texture. Yeah, a lot of these things, it's like I was telling myself I can't use the same brushes as everybody else, because I saw one person I follow on Instagram, Ballistic Comics, Ballistic with one L, with the same texture as I was using in one of my pictures. I'm like, oh no, oh no. And then I'm reading through some of the other comics, and I see that they have the same texture that I'm using in one of my scenes on, what do you call it, as a, what's it called, texture on a wall. And I'm like, oh no, I definitely need to learn how to make my own textures. So I took the time out, watched a couple videos, and became a texture creating fool. I created my own skin texture, like the texture that you see here, and it really wasn't hard. Oops, I don't want to use that one again. Let's see. That's not even him. Let's see. Let's try this. Well, that's not a bad one for the palm. Crap, what time is it? Okay, I got an hour. Just kind of toss. Don't be lazy. Draw that damn hand, Kim. In a second, in a second. And don't shy away from your hands, even though they'll suck. Don't shy, no shy. Okay. Just try to remember that they have segments. Oops. Bring that down to 10. And when in doubt, look at somebody else's hand. So you got your palm, let's see, this one I can pretty much do the flat fingers. Let's do that. I'm going to just look at my own hand and do this. Can't see in the dark. Okay, genius. Yeah, I can't freaking see in the dark. I'm like using the light of the monitor right now. Okay. Okay. What else do I do? Try to stay focused. Focused on the prize. The prize is getting it done, maybe getting paid, getting a grade. getting it out of your life. And hopefully it's something that you're proud of. So try to do a good job so you can be proud. Okay, I'm going to look for hands here. Let's see. Wait. I think I got hands. Hold on. Don't be afraid to recycle junk. Let's see. Hands. Can I use this one? Yeah, I can. Why not? Okay, and copy. Make sure I'm on his layer. I was not. And copy. Oh, and those collars. Okay. The collars here are big. I gotta remember that. They come out like triangles. Okay. Yeah, look at that. I need triangles. Paste. Can bring it about. Put it about right here. Don't want it too big. There we go. Nice to see that my hands have not changed much. Okay, so let's see. We'll get on his layer. We'll merge these two together. And we'll reselect. Okay, and textures, rock is already selected. Ooh, wrong color. Good enough for government work. Let's do it again. And add, whoops, throw a little bit of let's see, can I get this tone? It gets muddy. Alright, good enough for government work. And we'll use a little bit of that black and we'll just kind of, oops, it's still on. Why are you not? Okay, we're on that layer. Everything is up. Deselect. There we go. just kind of then we'll just give it some folds. Let's use liquify. We'll make it a little smaller, just so that it looks like it's been moving. We just kind of move things here. Alright, good enough for government work. Alright, let's see. Just trying to give a little bit of tone here. Just kind of okay, so I'm gonna go get some coffee real quick. I'll go ahead and do a quick replay so you guys can see how we got to this point, hopefully, if you're just joining us. And I don't know if there's anything interesting on here. Okay, alright, here we go. Alright, bring this down a bit. Alright, help to be a little bit closer. I hate when it gets pixelated like that. if you can, if you're using Procreate and you have this problem, make sure that before you select your settings, your screen settings, during there at that time is when if you're doing a replay, that you should alter it, make it more high res so it doesn't look this crappy when it replays. That sucks. All right. All right, so in the meantime, let's draw old girl. And I can't decide if I want her to look at him or if I want her to because she's looking at him here, or she just, have her let her just go ahead and walk. I gotta think about that. Okay, we'll finish up his hair. Whoops, not the hairbrush. Okay, so the brushes I'm going to use are the fine hair brush. That's not the fine hair brush. The short hair brush gives you a lot of strands. Both brushes work best when they are large. So if you decide to use them in a small area like eyebrows or eyelashes, make sure that they're on their own layer so you can kind of edit them. Let's see, we'll make him a little bit blonder. Like a dirty blonde. It's a dirty blonde boy. And because they're outside, whoops, use some of the white highlights here. You just kind of put it on to make your strokes in the directions that you want the hair to go in. And then you can kind of layer it. Okay. Okay, I'm going to smooth out some of his shirt here. Make sure it's soft brush. Let's see. And then I need to give a hint of the jacket underneath. I'm going to use my lines to kind of be like shadow and stuff like that. Just kind of tease some of the color out a little bit and maybe add a little bit more back in. Let's see, and we are outside. I'm going to do a linear burn real quick, if I don't already have one. And this will give me like the harder shadows. Drop this down to about 30. And so that his neck stands out a little bit more. Or his head stands out a little bit more. Make his nose pop out just a smidge. And I'm going to soften some of these lines up a little bit. So they're not too harsh. And then in his hair, I'm gonna just do a little bit of blending. Don't want to lose our lines completely. Bring it down a little bit. And just kind of get a little bit of skin going on here, so it looks like his hair is going into his skin. Alright, good enough for government work. And hopefully in the next chapter we can butch him up a little bit. I cannot remember color of his jacket, interior jacket. Crap. I don't know if he's wearing the green. Let me see. Let me go back. There we go. Alright, there we go. That's what I needed. Okay. Okay, so he's got a little bit of a vest going on. There's a little bit of a green jacket. Let's see. I gave him more shoulder. Here. That's okay. We can live with that. So basically just going to make a selection. And then we'll use that texture. And it's like a shiny weave. I think it's this one right here. And okay, so we got that. Oops. And it's, I think I'm using the same color where it says tie. Maybe a little darker. Let's see, we'll go a little darker. Yeah, it's a lot darker. I'll just kind of have make it a little bit lower so it looks like it's beneath this jacket. Alright. Let's see. My little patch here looks kind of funky. Let's see, we got black, Let's get back to Croc for a sec. When I apologize, I was out of the chat. So, poor host, poor hostess. Okay, no worries. Okay. La 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 la. Okay, I need the Croc. See, this like Victorian is used in a lot of places. You'll see a lot of people using that particular texture, and that's, once I saw that being used all over the damn place, I'm like, no more. No. Thou shalt not use that texture like other people, like the rest of the riffraff. Let's get back to black here. Let's give it a little bit of shadow. Okay, good enough for government work. I'm just tossing a little bit of shadow in here. I didn't put a lot of detail like into the teeth because they're so tiny. You know, they're going to be like this when you see it. It's like, eh. Okay, so let's see. I can get him from behind here, but now, do I have a head in this direction? It's 3/4. And I can get away with like maybe this one turned sideways. Make sure I'm on his layer. And I'm going to try to edit him so that he looks like he's smiling. La, 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 la. Put my headphones on. Okay, flip it horizontal. The script calls for him to put his hand behind his head, like he's scratching his hair or something like that. I don't know. Actually, I'll take that tone. Whoops. Wrong brush. He's gonna have croc eyes. I'm gonna move his eyes so that they are looking more at her. And to do that, they need to kind of bend a little bit too. Or rather, the corners and whatnot have to bend. And then we'll kind of make him smile a little bit more. Let's see, we'll take a little bit of this. nose. Let's get his eye color. Whoops. I could move this. Let's see. There we go. So I'm not having to come all the way back down here to reinvent the wheel. Yeah, so I think what I'll do is I'll do all of the William pictures here, and then bring her in so I can do her colors. Oh, but you know, I'm wondering if I'm going to run into that same problem with the text. But let's do this. Let's see. We'll lock this for the moment. Did I lose my text? Oh, here it is. Okay. Okay. Bad, 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 bad. It's all merged onto one. Shoot. All right. Yeah. Text is going to be a bear. So I may as well get rid of it. I can't use it. Yeah, and the reason why I can't use it is because I can't edit the text. I can't like make it bigger and smaller to fit my speech balloons. So I'm going to take this one. Let's see. Let me select. I wonder if it'll let me select the outside of it. And not the white. Yes. Beautiful. Okay. Before I put all this stuff down, and like yesterday I was messing this one up. I put these guys down, but it's like the original position that I had them in, the speech balloons would have been completely monkeyed up. The guy in the center here has 2 speech balloons. This guy here has 1. And I had him in the front, and it just wouldn't have read right if I had them the way it was. Maybe it might have, but I'll have to think about that one again. Okay. Back. So I thought I was going to be cute and clever by putting the speech balloon or the speech in there, but it turns out that it's not enough. I need to know exactly where they're going to fall so I can make sure that the artwork is not getting covered up. Okay, so 1 balloon here, and I like kind of having it behind their head just a little bit, or you know, so it looks like it's coming from her. So she's going to have something. Let's see. I don't want to open it up there. And I need to know how many she's going to have. And that might make the difference of whether or not how much of him is going to be shown. Let's see. So I'm going to open up the script, and I believe this is page 6. Okay, here we go. And it's funny, on my computer, I always have this error when it comes to opening up my Google Docs. I mean, all the time on my computer. When I'm at work, I don't have that problem. It's like I have to click on something inside for it to continue to load. But when I'm on my iPad and my computer at work, I don't have this problem. There we go. It might let me scroll. There's 5. There we go. Panel 6. Okay, so panel 1, Lauren's side view, shoulder up, head tilted, eyebrows slightly raised, facial expression of slight excitement. She's got 2 balloons. You ready for this, Will? Okay. Now, another one of my problems is that, let me see. I'm going to eventually run out of space. Let's see. Where does this one go? Okay, you go on that one. I'm going to bring you down here. Go ahead and put you together. Let's see, I'm not ready to merge her with the square just yet, but it looks like it's already happened, so I'm kind of stuck with it. Damn. Okay, now I could be lazy. And put the other thought balloon right here, or speech balloon. So I don't have to draw the bottom of her hand. But that's kind of cheap. But it is what it is. Ha ha ha. Let's see. Let's see how much text I have to toss into this stuff. Okay, top balloon gets first speech. Okay, one of the things about adding text, if you want to keep your text a certain size, set your size, and then you'll want to copy that that layer. There was a trick that I had done in order to keep the same type of size. Let me see if I can remember how I did that. Go to another, let's see, go to another gallery. Okay, I can't use that one, that's the wrong size. I need something that already has text but not merged. They're all merged. Damn it. Okay, I shouldn't have merged them. The biggest thing was trying to bring that damn text over. Oh, hold on. Tell me I didn't merge these. Yes, okay. Alright, let me see. Can I copy this layer? I can't remember if I have to copy the layer or I have to copy the words. Let me see. See, I'll copy this. Okay, gallery. Right here. Okay, and then do I have a text layer yet? I do not. Let me delete this. We'll do it above that. And see if it'll let me paste. Yes, okay. So I was able to paste on the text layer. Oops. Don't edit it from here. Okay. No! God damn it. Okay, my problem is that now it's an inserted text image. It's an image, it's not a text. That was my biggest problem, trying to get text to come over from one side to the other. Let me see. Edit text. Okay, maybe it was. So you can't just copy the layer. I'm going to see if I can copy the text. Something that, okay. Okay, I copied the text. Okay. Paste. Yes. Okay, so now it pasted as a text layer. So you basically have to start off with a text. Oh, but it's not the right size. Fuzz. Let me see if it'll let me do another one. This is the wrong size. Let me see if it'll let me. Okay, it won't let me paste now. Still the wrong size. It's supposed to paste in at the size that I had done it, and it's such a bear because you can't set this like at a size, like say I want only to be 40. It's so hard to get just 40, and you can't type it. It's a pain in the ass. 40.2. Let's see if it'll let me paste now. Paste with format. Thank God. That's what I needed. Okay, so it's paste with format. You set up a text thingy and then do paste with format. Okay. I had to do that 22 times. Oh. Let me tell you about my life. Okay, so she says, you ready for this, Will? And then I had to like type on this thing. All right. And then from here, all I had to do is basically copy this. Duplicate it, bring it down, because if you don't start moving, I'm going in without you. Okay. Now, with the text being an image, I wasn't able to manipulate it like this. Now, if I knew absolutely the size, I could get away with it. And I can also, if it's too much, then I can always edit it with a, what's the word? Edit it, you know, the spacing in between. Okay, so the top balloon. Okay, this one here goes with this one. And I'm kind of happy with what's going on here, so I'll merge that down. Layers are everything. Let's see. And then I'm going to make, oops. It should be on this one. Yeah, I'm going to make this one smaller. Alright, and then I'll put the tails on in a sec. And that's pretty easy, just pretty much do that sort of thing. If you don't outline it, you know, all the better. But since I did outline, I wonder if I can do that same trick. Okay. But it probably has to be on its own layer. Let's do this. Just take this, do the outline, brush, make that the same as what we usually do, 10. And I can do, whoops. Or don't even do that, just this is a pain in the ass, but it is what it is. Okay. There we go. Good enough for government work. There we go. But I don't like it on her hair. Oh, where the hell did it fill? Look at this. It's blank. Where did you fill? Did you fill? It didn't fill. Where the hell did it go? That's the layer. Row. Okay, now it's filled. Sort of. And we'll put it behind her. I think that looks a lot better. As long as her hair, nothing about her gets caught up in the balloon. Okay, I did not. As much as I preach about don't hide your junk, I read a comic the other day, and they did a lot of stuff in the corner. Like they put stuff in the corner here and had their artwork. But and then they also had, you know, balloons that kind of linked like that. But they had like a little little tail that linked, that would totally cover up William. So I can always put it up here. And then I could put William more over to the side. This would have to be on top of everything. But it's going to encroach into another area, and I don't want it to be read too high. So I could put it behind her. Yeah, decisions on where the balloons go. You kind of want to, you know, have a happy medium. Let's see. I think what I'll do is move the "you ready for this" up more, so it doesn't touch Will. There we go. Ooh, see, now I lose it up at the top there. Shoot. Gotta be careful how high you go. Don't want to go off the page completely. Okay, I'm gonna move the text together. Oh no, what happened? These two should have merged. There we go. Oops. And we'll bring that a little higher than her. Now I'm wondering, what the hell is this in my corner? Where are you? There it is. Let's see. Wrong layer. Oops. All right. Almost got one panel done. Almost. I can almost taste it. And I don't think I have any over the shoulder shots. My alternative is to make her smaller, but I like being able to see the face and expressions. Her eye looks wonky at a distance. Okay, so let's stop dilly-dallying, Kim. Let's see. Oh, I wonder, do I have any shots of Will from behind? Of course not. Nope. Nope, not a single one. Not a worry though. Okay. We shall make you. Actually, I could probably take one of his sides. Hold on. Like one of those sides where he's looking at it from the side view. Where's that really cute one? There it is. So I can take that. Oops, not like that. Oops. And just do an extreme side view. I think I spend more time trying to figure out how not to draw than I am if I would have just freaking just drawn it. Okay, so for this extreme view, let's do this. I'm going to take out all of that. That was a good face day. Like how you have good hair days. That was a good face day. And I think what I'll do, so you liquefy, and to get that extreme view, you can't really see see more of the side of the face. And the ear, let's see, where are you? Right here. See, so his head will be like, ugh, I hate this brush, at least for sketching. He needs to be taller, or she needs to be shorter, one or the other. Let's see, I think she should be shorter. But that'll affect the frame. God, dandruff. Oh, duh. The selector. Still affect the frame, but must be careful in the future. Want to just grab her. Okay. And just bring her down just a smidge. And we'll slide her over. There we go. She doesn't have to be that big. Oh, I see the tail thing. Pfft. Okay. I think this is, or maybe that's just where it got pulled from. I don't know. Son of a biscuit eater. Let's see if I can fill just enough. Nobody can tell, right? Anyway, maybe I'll have something. Oh, duh, use the float balloon. Yeah, speech balloons are there to cover your mistakes, right? Pfft. Okay, Kim. They will be today. Ha ha. Ha ha ha. Nobody needs to know a thing. Alright, let's finish old boy here. Oh, it's time to go. But you guys, thank you so much for joining me in my harrowing adventure. I hope that you have projects and events and things like that that you like doing, and you have enough freedom to make it your own and something to be proud of, even if it's something that you really just weren't feeling at the time. And my best advice for that is to just try to make it your own. Think of that this too shall pass if you're lucky, and it may be a painful experience depending on your perspective, but you know, it's also in how you view it, how much power you give it, you know, type of thing. If you make it the bane of your existence, that's what it will be. But if you find a way to make it fun for you, and it doesn't have to be the worst thing you've ever experienced in your life. I hope one day that I'll be able to make more comics that I like, and be on one accord with whatever team that I'm on. Hopefully I'm not a team of one, because you see all the fun of a team of one. However, you do have a little bit more control. There's that. Ultimately, you're the artist, writer, or whatnot, and hopefully you can make it fun for whomever's lending you a paw. And hopefully they're professional enough to have their own methods of breaking through to the other side quickly and effectively. Alrighty, so if you guys have any questions, advice, I don't mind listening, and I really appreciate you guys watching. I know these videos are long, but it's also a process. It's documentation of my angst. And maybe if the writer is seeing any of this, maybe he'll see where he can make changes or alterations, or stand by his convictions, one or the other. He's either going to support it or not. Anyway, I will let you guys go, and I will see you in the next video. Hopefully I'll have something done, but by the time I usually get home, I am freaking exhausted. Anyway, life goes on, and I shall see you in the next stream. Again, thanks for watching, and if you do like what you like,